You've been taught that kindness is a virtue, that generosity builds relationships, that if you just give a little more, sacrifice a little more, eventually they'll see your value. They won't. In fact, the more you give, the less they respect you. Because in the shadows of human psychology, there are two worlds operating simultaneously. The fake world tells you, be nice, be helpful, be available. Good things come to those who wait. The real world operates on different code. Power respects power. Scarcity creates value. Fear commands more respect than love ever will. Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago. He wrote in The Prince that appearing virtuous is useful, but being harmless is suicide. Because harmless people don't get respected, they get harvested. Right now, you're bleeding energy. People treat your time like it's free because you've taught them. It costs nothing to waste it. By the end of this video, you'll understand the psychological mechanism that keeps you trapped, and the single strategic shift that forces people to recategorize you from resource to threat. Drop a comment right now. What's one moment you did everything right for someone and still got nothing back? Let's begin the surgery. Here's what you don't realize you're doing. You walk into every relationship, friendship, workplace, romance, with an invisible agreement. The contract looks like this. I will hide my needs. I will never get angry. I will do everything for you. And in return, you must love me, protect me, never leave me. But here's the problem. You never told them about the contract. You signed it in your head, and now you're furious they're not holding up their end. This is what Machiavelli would call strategic incompetence. You're trying to avoid rejection by becoming indispensable. If I'm useful enough, they can't throw me away. But utility is not value. Utility is leverage, and right now, they hold all of it. You stay late at work every week without asking for a raise. You think your manager sees your dedication. They don't. They see someone who works for free, someone who's established the price point of their labor at zero. The defense? Tear up the contract. Stop giving with the expectation of return. Start transacting openly. I can help you with this, but I'll need X in return. Make the invisible visible. Force the exchange into daylight. When you make your needs explicit, you stop being a martyr and start being a negotiator. If you're realizing you've been giving people power for free, subscribe. This channel is designed to rewire how you see human behavior. Principle 1. Harmless is not virtuous, it's prey. In the wild, predators don't attack other predators unless necessary. Too risky, too much cost. They hunt the harmless, the slow, the weak. When you present yourself as always agreeable, always available, always smiling, never offended, you're not signaling virtue, you're signaling no consequences. Jung said something darker. I would rather be whole than good. To be whole, you must integrate your shadow, your capacity for destruction. True virtue isn't being unable to hurt people. That's just weakness with good PR. True virtue is having the capacity to destroy the relationship, to say the thing that ends it, to walk away and watch it burn, and choosing peace instead. That's controlled power. That's what commands respect. The trap. You think you're being a good person by never showing anger, never setting hard boundaries, never walking away. The reality, you're being a rabbit, and rabbits get eaten. The defense, integrate the monster. Practice delivering boundaries with absolute calm. I will not accept that. Then stop talking. Don't explain. Don't justify. Let the silence do the work. The discomfort of that silence is them realizing you have teeth. Principle 2. Scarcity creates value. Abundance breeds contempt. Economics has a concept called opportunity cost. Everything you say yes to costs you a no somewhere else. When you say yes to helping someone move when you're exhausted, you're saying no to your own recovery. When you say yes to overtime without compensation, you're saying no to your dignity. Humans are wired to value what they might lose. Loss aversion is a stronger psychological driver than desire for gain. Right now, nobody fears losing you. You're always there. You're a fixture, useful when needed, ignored when not. You text first every time. You initiate every hangout. You're always the one checking in. What happens? They start taking hours to respond. They cancel last minute. They treat your attention like it's unlimited. The moment you stop initiating, you create a vacuum. They lean in. Is something wrong? Are you mad? They're not asking because they care about your feelings. They're asking because their supply got cut off. Redistribute your energy. When you feel used, your instinct is to try harder. Don't. Pull back. Create space. Let them feel your absence. Scarcity isn't a game, it's resource management. Your attention is the most valuable currency you have. Stop giving it away to people who won't pay market price. Let's go darker. The reason you tolerate disrespect isn't because you're kind, it's because you're terrified. You're terrified that if you show your teeth, if you show your shadow, they'll leave. And deep down, you believe you're not enough to make them stay without your utility. You believe that if you stop doing, you cease being. This is the trauma bond you have with the world. You're buying love with servitude. He who cares least holds the most power. If you're unable to walk away, you're not in a relationship. You're a hostage, and hostages get exploited. Cultivate ruthlessness. Not against others, against your own need for comfort. You must be willing to burn the bridge while you're standing on it, because the only way to stop being used is to become genuinely dangerous. Not cruel, dangerous. There's a difference. Dangerous means I will protect my peace even if it costs me this connection. When people sense you're capable of that, they handle you differently. If this is rewiring how you see power, hit like. Let's move the algorithm. Principle 3. Emotional autonomy is your shield. You're addicted to external regulation. You need them to tell you you're okay. If they're mad at you, your internal world collapses, so you fix things, you chase, you apologize for existing. You're trying to stabilize your own anxiety by managing their emotions. Here's what Machiavelli would tell you. Your internal state must be independent of their external reaction. If they're angry, let them be angry. It's not your job to metabolize their emotions. Someone guilt trips you for saying no. You always help everyone else. Why are you being selfish? Old you, I'm sorry, you're right, I'll do it. New you, I understand you feel that way, but the answer is no. Flat voice, dead eyes, no emotion. You're not engaging in the argument, you're stating a fact about reality. When you stop jading, justifying, arguing, defending, explaining, you strip them of their power. They can't hook you if there's nothing to grab. The defense. Practice the gray rock method. Become dull, uninteresting, impenetrable. Give them nothing to feed on. Emotional autonomy is the ultimate shield. It allows you to observe people instead of absorbing them. Principle 4. From helper to builder. The identity shift. You've confused availability with value. Helpers are used. Builders are hired. Helpers beg for gratitude. Builders command a price. The question that changes everything: what are you building? Are you building your own body, your own mind, your own empire? Or are you just carrying bricks for someone else's castle? When you start focusing on your own mission, you naturally become less available. You don't have to pretend to be busy. You are busy. This is attractive. People are drawn to momentum. When they see you moving toward a goal, they want to be part of it. But this time they're chasing you because they value you, not because you're convenient. You stop being the friend who's available 24/7 for emotional dumping. You start saying, "I can't tonight, I'm working on something." Watch who respects the boundary and who gets angry. The angry ones were never your friends, they were your parasites. Create a VIP section in your life. Not everyone gets in. The admission price is respect. The admission price is reciprocity. If they can't pay, they stay in the lobby. The 5-step system, how to stop being used, starting today. Step 1, morning ritual. Before you check your phone, write down one boundary you will not compromise today. Example, I will not apologize for prioritizing my work. Step 2, in the moment script. When someone makes an unreasonable request, use this exact phrase, "I'm not available for that." No explanation. Practice saying it in the mirror until it feels natural. Step 3, the 7-day social experiment. Talk 30% less this week. Speak half as much as you usually do. Watch who leans in and who disappears. The ones who disappear were only there for what you provided. Step 4, alliance audit. Make a list of every person you interact with regularly. Next to each name, write, "What do I give? What do I receive?" If the ratio is 80-20 or worse, that relationship is a resource drain. Step 5, evening review. Before bed, ask yourself, did I betray myself today? If yes, identify the moment. What would the sovereign version of you have done differently? Rehearse that response for next time. Here's the final truth they won't tell you. When you start protecting your peace, they'll call you selfish. When you start setting boundaries, they'll call you cold. When you stop being convenient, they'll say, "You've changed." You have changed. You've stopped being food. Machiavelli understood this. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Not because fear is more moral, because fear is more reliable. When people love you, they'll use you until there's nothing left. When people fear losing you, they'll treat you like you're irreplaceable. The price of being liked by everyone is being hated by yourself. And that's a price you can no longer afford to pay. Imagine the version of you 6 months from now. This version walks into a room and doesn't scan for approval. This version speaks slowly, clearly, without apology. When someone asks for an unreasonable favor, this version says no with a calm smile and feels zero guilt. This version attracts respect like gravity. This reality is available to you. But it demands a sacrifice, the comfort of the cage. The illusion that if you're just nice enough, the world will be nice back. The world isn't nice. The world is indifferent. It respects leverage. It respects power. It respects those who respect themselves. Subscribe if this opened your eyes. Watch this video next. It's about the psychology of becoming untouchable. And drop a comment. What change starts today? The monster in the garden isn't there to destroy the flowers. It's there to protect them from those who would. Become the monster.